after reading this, I was pondering and asking questions to God. Okay, what's the main takeaway that we are to get from this? And his response was, if Jesus' life was the perfect expression of the word, and if your desire is to be pleasing to me, your life must mimic the life of Jesus. Wasn't until after he received the vinegar that he said, it is finished. In other words, no matter what you may be facing that's causing you to feel like there's no way you can survive, that's causing for you to feel like I can't get through this, or feeling as if death is near or is the result of this situation, I come to just encourage you this morning that your life must mimic the life of Jesus. What that means is, if my life must mimic the life of Jesus, so must my suffering, and so must my death. Jesus didn't die until it is finished. And you're not going to die until it is finished. So the question remains, what does it mean in it is finished? It simply means God's will for your life. It simply means God's desire for your life. It means God's ultimate plan for your life. So I choose to live until God's plan is finished in my life. So I'm going to live to fulfill God's plan in my life. And I can't die until it is finished. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning that may be discouraged, that may feel down, that may feel enclosed with all the troubles of life. And Satan might be discouraging you in your mind and telling you when you got that diagnosis that one is going to take you out. When you got that bad news that said, yeah, that is going to be the end of you. But I come to serve the devil notice this morning and say that the devil is a liar. Do I have anybody else that can agree with me that can say the devil is a liar? I'm not going to die until God's will is finished in my life. I just want us to understand that my life is indication that God is not through with me yet. My life is indication that God is not through with me yet. I can call to remembrance the lineage of Saul. And even though he had a limp, God was still not through with him yet, because he still had to be restored to the king's table. And I come to encourage us today, you might have a limp of sickness. You might have a limp of disease. You might have a limp of discouragement. You might have a limp of feeling defeated. But your life is an indication that God is not finished with you yet. I may still be broke, but as long as I'm alive, God is not finished with me yet. I may not have all the education, but as long as I'm alive, God is not through with me yet. I may not have a house on the hill, but as long as I'm alive, God is not through with me yet. Can somebody shout yes? And I come to encourage us to cross over Jericho, cross over that sickness, cross over that discouragement, because you're not going to die, yes, until God's will is finished in your life. You can't perish right here, because as long as you're alive, there is more. I want you to encourage somebody, as long as you're alive, there is more. As long as you're still breathing, whoo, hallelujah, there's still more. If God was finished with you, you would have died a long time ago. If God was finished with you when you were sick, you would have died then. But the Lord allowed you to live past it. And as I go to my seat, we know of people that are still living with sicknesses, and we know people that have died who were perfectly well. We know people who are still living with incurable diseases, and we know people who went to sleep and didn't wake up in the morning. So no matter how broke you may be, no matter how sick you may be, no matter the things that you may not have, no matter the education that you may not have acquired, as long as you're alive, woo, as long as you're alive, you can't die until God is finished with you. You can't die, woo, until God is finished with you. Don't walk around with a dead mindset. Live in victory. Live without fear. Because if it's not God's will for me to die right now, I'm going to live through it. I'm going to walk through it. I'm going to go through it. Because until God is finished, I'm going to live. I'm going to live. I'm going to live. I'm going to live until God's will is finished in my life. So be encouraged, be encouraged, be encouraged. Be encouraged. They whooped Jesus with 39 lashes because they said that 40 would kill a man. I've come to find out that they could have hit him 100 times. He wasn't gonna say, woo, he wasn't gonna die. Woo, because he had to down a cross. Hallelujah. When he had to carry his cross, that old heavy wooden rugged cross, after they had beaten him, I've come to find out that they could have put his cross and the two thieves' cross on his back too. He wouldn't have died on there. No. He wouldn't have died there if Jesus didn't die before time. Woo! Ha. And if our life must mimic the life of Jesus, you're not going to die before time. Woo! Hallelujah. You're not going to die by that both sides. You're not going to die before time. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Somebody say, woo, yes, God. Yes, God. Yes. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. No, my side. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. I feel that, yes, God. I feel that some of us have been carrying a defeated mindset. That what we're in now is going to take us out. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. If you're still living, people who are in living care facilities, nursing homes, they're still living. They're still living. God is not through with their life. Woo. Hallelujah. I don't care how down you may be, God is not finished with your life. Hallelujah. God is not finished with your life. Hallelujah. So let's not walk around with a defeated mindset. But God, if my life must mimic Jesus, so must my life, and so must my death.